please wish her a happy 10th birthday. What? Hey, yo, I'm not gonna start crying on YouTube, man. Hey, yo, someone cut this camera off, man. Oh, yeah. What up, y'all? Back again. We got that One Piece 1102 chapter review. But before we get into it, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button. And I'm gonna need y'all to hit that subscribe button. And let's get on with this review. Man, this chapter got me in my feelings, like for real. Just, you see, at the beginning of the chapter, right? Bonnie's pretty much with her crew. You see that there's a sense of morality that they have. The Navy think that they're just complete scum because they're going after seniors and kids. And I mean, well, they're the Navy that's been transformed into seniors and kids. I mean, it is what it is. Game is game, right? Kuma's keeping track of him to the point where he just about disappears just before they catch up with him. I'm guessing that's a part of the contract that he made with the world government in order to make sure that Bonnie was cured. Everybody is literally on Nika to the point where Bonnie's even looking for him at this point. And I mean, I just find that funny as a collective. Kuma's looking for him, the world government are looking for Nika, Bonnie's looking for Nika. At this point in time, when Luffy goes at Gear 5th and whatnot in front of the world government, man, I know for a fact he gonna square up. So the focus in the chapter shifts to Luffy to the point where it's just after the Arlong arc, just when Luffy gets his first bounty. And I mean, everybody's excited. Ace, Jinbei, Drag is even like, hey, I gotta go pull up to Logtown. And I mean, oh, Big Boss is finally rolling out. Sabo's there. That kind of shows to me that Sabo is a part of the Revolutionary Army since Logtown. And I mean, how much did he know? How strong was he? I mean, these are questions that we'd all like to know. Bonnie being a pirate is actually funny, right? Because despite the fact that she's a pirate, you see that she's living life on her own terms. And it's part of this contrast and theme that One Piece actually has in morality. The world government are supposed to protect the people. They're like the antagonists and they're actually evil. The Straw Hats are the pirates, right? And pirates are usually supposed to be bad guys. The Straw Hats are basically the best good guys you could ever think of. Zoro took an injured man to the hospital. So I mean, I don't know even how much more good that could even be. He didn't even have to do it. Bonnie's even talking about the laws on her ship. Don't help anybody unless they absolutely need it. And if you're gonna rob somebody, make sure that they bad guys too. If I was to rob somebody, I'd rob a bad guy too. What's up? Kuma pretty much tells Vegapunk that Luffy is Dragon's son. And I mean, this man is absolutely shocked. And I mean, Kuma pretty much thought, I mean, you gonna have my memory, so you gonna find out. And then from that point in the chapter, we see like a bunch of flashbacks, but more from Kuma's perspective. Example, Thriller Bark, when Kuma confronts the Straw Hats, they had just finished whooping Moria. Zoro had to step up. You see just the Straw Hats band together in such a moment of desperation where even the vice captain has to now step up to the plate in order to take out another antagonist just after fighting the main antagonist. In that moment when Zoro actually takes Luffy's pain, we have another shift to Kuma's perspective where he states, hey, Dragon, your son, he got some solid friends, like they some real ones. Anybody who's got some real friends, like some real friends who gonna ride out like, bruh, I'm actually that dude. I will ride out for anybody. Okay, my friends, but I mean, you know what I'm talking about though. Kuma's drafted to be at Marineford. He's reminded of the conditions of his warlord status. I mean, if he doesn't fulfill his obligations, I mean, you know what's gonna happen. They gonna get Bonnie, and then that's gonna be a whole problem. We move to Sabaody, and Kuma finds out that somebody snuffed the celestial dragon. And I mean, we all know Kuma's history with the celestial dragons, right? I bet you deep down this man wanted to box. Like this man wanted to spend a whole block and just think, hey, yo, let me get a hit in, son. Let me get a hit in. But of course, he finds out that it's Luffy and the Straw Hats. And I feel like with each event that's actually happened, Kuma becomes more and more convinced that the Straw Hats will be the individuals that'll change the world, especially after he finds out that Luffy was the one that actually snuffed the celestial dragon. He even finds out that he did it to protect the fishman, which even further pushes that agenda. So at that point, we get to the defining moment of Sabaody, right? The separation of the Straw Hats. Luffy's upset and he's like, yo, I couldn't even protect my friends. Like, come on, give them back. And we see them getting picked apart like cotton candy. Like Zoro's gone, Nami's gone, Robin's gone, Frankie's gone, Brooks gone, Usopp's gone, Chopper's gone. Sanji's gone, they're all gone, and it's just Luffy, right? And then from Kuma's perspective, he's sitting there like, nah, you got it all wrong. Y'all not ready for the new world. Like, y'all need to put in some of that work. Y'all need to hit that gym and put in that work because y'all not ready for this smoke. And of course, when y'all ready, y'all come back and y'all can square up. Saturn is literally leaving no stone unturned, even to the extent where he now wants to actually include a chip into Kuma's brain where he can activate some sort of self-destruct switch. And I mean, Vegapunk's upset because he's like, yo, you tripping, like, why are you going so far? So we already have this man in our clutches. So at this point in time, we're at the point where Kuma pretty much is at the point where he's about to get the surgery done, right? To the point where it's like the last moments. And it's sad, right? Because he wants to sit there and actually witness the growth of the Straw Hats to the extent where he knows he can't do that. So the best thing that he can do, right, is to actually, he gives Vegapunk an order to basically give him the instruction to go protect their ship while they're away. He also makes another request to the point where he states, basically when he sees Bonnie, basically tell her happy birthday. And the thing is that his memories are placed into a sphere. So we see a montage of Kuma's life, right? From being born a slave, watching his parents die. He meets the Revolutionary Army. He meets Ginny and Ivanko. He becomes a dad. And then him transitioning from dad to warlord. And then to the point where he is now. And it's completely sad because I'm kind of sitting there just thinking like, this guy is literally the best character. Like, he has the best backstory in One Piece. Like, yo, I will fight anybody in the comments. What's up? What's up? Vegapunk pulls the plug and the chapter ends with happy birthday, Bonnie. And Bonnie is in tears. And this one just hit different. Like, I mean, I ain't no crying and whatnot, but if I was more in touch with my emotions, I can tell you now, I probably shed a tear or two. But I mean, I'm just built different. But yo, this chapter was absolutely crazy. I don't even know where to even stand just overall, because Kuma has to be character of the year. Like, what pedestal can anybody stand on and tell me that this character is not great? Just in regards to what he's done for other characters like the Straw Hats. He saved them multiple times. Well, he didn't save them in Thriller Bark, but he tested the potency of their relationship to the point where he was like, all right, y'all solid, like, you know, y'all really got Luffy's back. He saved them at the most critical point in their life, which was at Sabaody when he split them up and he was there with Rayleigh. I remember when Kuma first came into the story and I was thinking, man, they gotta fight this dude. Like, you know, we never really knew anything even about Kuma. Bonnie and Kuma are father and daughter, but before the revelation that Ginny was actually kidnapped by the Celestial Dragons, I genuinely thought that they were biologically related, just to find out that they're not even related. He basically adopted her. And you know, that must have hurt deep down, because the amount of PTSD Kuma must have even just gone through, knowing that the only person he loved was taken by the Celestial Dragons, and the Celestial Dragons were the same people who took his parents away from him and basically punished him throughout the entirety of his life. He's literally just been bound. And I mean, it makes me definitely a lot more interested to see how Egghead is actually going to wrap up, because I think it's a little too soon. I used to kind of think that Jay Garcia Saturn was going to die in this arc, but the thing is that something's about to happen that's about to shock the world. And I'm kind of sitting there thinking, hey, like, this is going to be something. Like, come on, like, this is going to be crazy. Like, I don't know what's about to go down, but man, this is going to be something. But he's definitely going to be the one to save the Straw Hats again. I feel like Bonnie will become, I don't think she'll become like an honorary member of the Straw Hats, but she'll definitely become a heavy ally, especially when she realizes that Luffy is Nika, if she hasn't realized it already. But honestly, this was a phenomenal chapter to basically end the year on, because I mean, I don't think there's any chapter next week. I know Oda has to get his rest in, but come on. I ain't gonna lie, it's a little selfish, but I mean, I'm just being me. But yeah, either way, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.
Flesh and bone, no, my mind at peace. The word out of order, missing in the heat.